morning, President Donald Trump says that he'll be imposing tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports into the United States, and it could be as early as today. So for some context and perspective, I want to bring in our Joe St. George live in Washington for some more insight. Joe, good morning to you. Can you break down what this could mean for American consumers and the global economies as well?
Well, first off, we shouldn't be surprised, right? I mean, it's been abundantly clear since January 20th that tariff is one of the favorite tools in the toolbox of President Donald Trump. Unlike some previous attempts to just tariff entire countries like China or threats to tariff Canada and Mexico, what we saw yesterday was tariffing specific industries. And this is a playbook right out of his first term in terms of tariffing steel, aluminum, coming into the United States. Now, for those in the steel industry in the U.S., for those that work in an aluminum plant in the United States, this is welcome news. I mean, how many stories have we done over the years going to communities that have been shuttered by failing steel mills, for instance? This is exactly the type of action that they want. Of course, what's Newton's law of physics? Every action has a bit of a reaction. There's likely going to be some retaliation. Some countries are furious that their steel is going to be taxed at 25% now coming into the United States. And additionally, some food manufacturers in the U.S. that may use foreign steel or foreign aluminum, car manufacturers, car parts, that may become more expensive now because those companies have to, well, pay the tax on these products or find a new place of doing business. And you just can't find a new place of doing business, a new steel mill opening up somewhere in Ohio overnight. So bit of a mixed bag here in terms of impacts for the American consumer. Certainly if you work at a steel mill, you love this morning. And oh, by the way, Aaron, we're expecting more tariff actions by President Trump this week and possibly today.
And people are watching very, very closely. Another big story I want to touch on before I let you go, President Trump also issuing Gaza a ceasefire ultimatum, really, to Hamas, as he said during a conversation with reporters, all hell is going to break out if hostages are not released by the deadline of noon on Saturday. So pretty heavy statement there. Can you explain what the demands are and how this conflict could get worse?
Right. I mean, Hampton Road's such a military community. Anytime you're dealing with instability in the Middle East, there's going to be a little bit of local impact in the Hampton Roads region. It was pretty dramatic remarks from the Oval Office by President Trump yesterday while he was signing some executive orders, was asked about what's going on between Israel and Hamas. And he seemed to just come up on the spot with 12 noon Saturday as being a deadline for Hamas to get the hostages out. About half of the promised hostages have been released by Hamas since the ceasefire broke out. President Trump expressed frustration at the state, the health, the well-being of some of the most recently released hostages. Ultimately, though, President Trump said it will be up to Israel to decide if they're going to keep this ceasefire or not. But President Trump saying all hell will break loose unless Hamas releases the hostages by noon on Saturday. So in many ways, a countdown clock is starting in what is a very volatile region of the world and a very, very precarious ceasefire that's currently in place, Aaron.
Joe, thank you. We can always appreciate your perspective. I appreciate your time. It's 5:37.